Welcome to our weekly maritime blog. I'm Corey Ransom with International Maritime Security Associates. This week we are talking about underway weather. So Eric, let's talk a little bit about weather. And how do you get weather when you're looking at like the cruiser side of it? What are some options that, again, we're out here on the Chesapeake. There's multiple ways. What are some of the options we have when we look at, getting weather to boats?
Yeah, sure. So certainly in the modern era, I think especially in the cruising sector, people rely a lot on the internet. There's a lot of great apps out there. For instance, we have Windy Weather pulled up here. It's pretty well known. There's other ones like Sailflow, a few others people really like. So that's certainly the easiest way to look it up on your phone or on an app or something. You can also tie in Sirius XM weather into a Garmin. I think it also works with the other Raymarines and stuff. It's universal to the different plotters.
It's just a Sirius XM weather screen on the Garmin. It's zoomed quite a bit out, showing almost the whole East Coast. There's a little bit of rain and weather here off the Carolinas. Up here, if I zoom in around the Chesapeake, there really are pretty clear skies.
Sure. So if we kind of expand out from the cruisers into, the cargo lines, large yachts, and cruise lines, the old school site is here in the United States. There's pretty much coverage through the entire United States with VHF weather radio that's done by the National Weather Service, by NOAA, that really encompasses weather here in and around the United States. But when you get outside the United States, there's also a few options. You just don't have the old school, VHF. Sure. I love listening to that. I turn that on in the morning, listen to that.
Did
especially
that as a kid, and,
being in Florida, you hear tides, currents, some of the ocean weather. But when you look at cargo, cruise line, and large yachts, there's a number of options out there. So you can look at weather services. We have a couple of partners that we work with, WRI here in the United States and Navimeteo based out of Europe, and they can provide everything from kind of an overview weather from an ocean perspective all the way down to specific route and port forecasts for vessels. So you can get really specific when you work with a weather provider that I'm going from point A to point B, and they can give you what the weather's going to be like, and even in some cases help you with a weather window.
How do you do that? Is that just, you just make a little phone call and say, hey, WRI, I'm going from Fort Lauderdale to, Gibraltar. Where do I need? How do I route?
You can do it most of the time by phone or even by email, where you can get a personalized weather routing. We have weather in the ARMS platform. It's severe weather, but through our platform, you can also contact through us to get to these weather providers if you need a specific route forecast. You can also, as you know, for the vessels that have it, the GMDSS, the Global Maritime Distress and Safety System, there is weather that's broadcast through that system as well. So that's kind of, the old VHF Marine. And I've even been on boats recently where I still see the weather facts. The Coast Guard still broadcasts weather facts data that you can get on HF through weather facts receiver, which is kind of cool to be able to do that, where you can get the charts and forecasts that way. It's a little bit more
now, is that a
worldwide
sort of thing, since it's HF, but is it only for U.S. waters, or can you get weather facts? You can get
different
everywhere?
Weather facts forecasts for different parts of the world, but it does come from the U.S. Coast Guard. But there are some expanded views when you get out into the Atlantic and Pacific. But HF is really tricky these days. The band conditions are not that good, so in cases where you think you may have coverage, you might not. But they have multiple frequencies, and then you can also go on the Coast Guard website before you depart and see what frequencies, what times broadcast what, weather charts, and if there is coverage for the area that you're going to be in. Hey, thanks for joining us today. We really appreciate all the viewers that we have on this channel. Make sure you hit that like button for all the videos you like. Subscribe to this channel so you get notified when we post new videos. Also, connect to us through our social media, detailed in the banner above and also in the comments section below. If you have any questions when it comes to maritime security, maritime risk management, or maritime regulatory compliance, don't hesitate to reach out to the experts here at IMSA, because we're always happy to steer you in the right direction.